So how are we doing today? We have Cheerios. You would be amazed, I tell you, of how many messages I got about the Cheerios. It's like, man, you need to eat those Cheerios. They're going to go bad. You want to be having stale Cheerios. Those things have been up there forever. It's like, oh man, we actually go to the store and buy new ones. We eat those. I got a kick out of it, man. I ain't even lying. And it's funny because look, folks, we have to have a sense of humor anymore. After what I saw last night with our president on TV and stuff, we really do have to have a sense of humor. God help us. You know, and the most serious thing, he spent I think the report was he spent 8 minutes talking about terrorism. He spent 22 minutes talking about, I think it was, about how it was all our fault. And then he talked about global warming and gun control. God help us. Let me tell you something. Let me go to global warming, okay? Because it's a hoax. It's been a hoax. Years ago, scientists thought if you sailed to the edge of the earth that you'd fall off. They used to think that there were canals on Mars that had water in them. They used to think that there might actually be living people up there. Scientists have been wrong about a lot of things. How many times have we heard the thing that salt is bad for you, now it's good for you? Eggs were bad for you, now they're good for you. Whole milk was bad for you, now it's good for you. You know, you never know what to believe from them. And everything's been a theory. 1977, go back and research this if you really want to know. If you really want to be informed, quit running your mouth about it, how bad everything. Go back and research this. In 1977, Time magazine put out an article says about the coming ice age. Because at that time, they believed that the pollution was going to cause the temperatures to go colder rather than warmer. Now, it's been proven now that that was wrong. Nobody fell for that. You know, and they know that was wrong. But then Al Gore comes along, and look, folks, let me tell you this. First, we need to keep clean air and clean water. We do. I remember Los Angeles and how it used to look. Off from a distance. I've been to Los Angeles several times. I know. I've driven out there and up and down the coast. I remember what it used to look like back in the 70s when the smog would set in. It was horrible. So I'm all for clean air and clean water. I don't want to be having respiratory problems. You know? I quit smoking back in 2011, thank God, and haven't picked up one since, and I don't want my lungs being corrupted by stuff. But anyway, there's a lot of things that we can do to help ourselves, but we don't need to be threatened and coerced by government to do it. Al Gore said in the 80s, you know, after everybody didn't fall for the global ice age thing, Al Gore comes along, oh, now it's going to be global warming. Yeah, now it's going to get warmer, and the ice packs are going to melt. The sea levels are going to rise. All your beaches are going away. Miami won't be there. The Keys won't be there. You know, by the year 2000, he said this would happen. What's today? What's this year? 2015? Hasn't happened yet. Miami's still there. Key West is still there. Matter of fact, I'm going there next year, Lord willing, the creek don't rise. But you know, we fell for all this stuff that they've told us, and all this information, by the way, that they're throwing out there, has been coming from unreliable sources. East Anglia University used to be the go-to place over in England for all things climate related. Most of the stuff, the reports that you got concerning climate that came from East Anglia University. Then they got caught by virtue of their own emails, out of their own mouth. They were sending emails to people, and they were talking to them, and they were sort of laughing about it, I guess, about the fact of how they'd pulled the wool over everybody's eyes for all those years, and they had faked tree ring samples and ice core samples and what have you. Now, about 2 weeks ago, NOAA, not the guy that built the boat, but the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Association, has been caught fudging the same numbers. And somebody called into, or Howler and Hilton Hill on his show the other day was talking about not the University of Tennessee, but Oak Ridge laboratories were now studying climate change. Like that gave some sort of credibility to it. Well, look, all these are government agencies. What are they going to say? If the man that's paying them wants an outcome that says it's global warming, what do you think they're going to say? They're going to find an excuse for it. They're not going to be honest about it. I don't trust any of them. You want to find somebody independent to do it, I might listen. But none of these people are independent. NASA, Oak Ridge, NOAA, East Anglia University, none of them. They're all looking for somebody to give them money to keep their grant money coming in. That's all. And all the things that we've been carping about all these years, global warming, global cooling, ice ages. Now they've just changed it to climate change. That way it sort of encompasses everything. If anything happens at all, they can say, well, it was climate change related. And that's all our fault for throwing carbon up into the air. See, they've got everybody believing that somehow we're throwing this dirty carbon, this black stuff up into the air and polluting the air. That's what everybody thinks about visually, right? When you talk about carbon. Well, it's not like that. They're talking about carbon dioxide, the gas, the thing that we breathe out. Okay? We breathe it out. The plants breathe it in. It's a cycle of life. Then the plants breathe out oxygen. We breathe in the oxygen. We breathe out more carbon dioxide that keeps the plants alive. The plants then breathe out more oxygen, which keeps us alive. God knew what he was doing when he made this earth. This earth isn't going to go down because Obama gets up there and runs his big mouth. His little skinny butt can get up there and say anything he wants to. Have at it, buddy. You're not going to change anything in this earth, on the face of this earth, on this globe, until God says it's ready to be done. When the curtain call happens, he's going to be the one dropping the cord. So here's what I want you guys to do, who believe all this hooey. Put your money where your mouth is. Walk the walk. Don't just talk the talk. When your IRS bill comes due, pick up the paper, put a note on the bottom of it. Write it on there. I, Joe Blow, send you $1,500. I want you to take this $1,500 and I want you to apply it to global warming. Climate change. I'm sorry. You can send more if you want. Put your money where your mouth is. Shut up. Stop telling the rest of us who don't believe in it that we should believe like you do. Put your money where your mouth is. Be an example. You want me to believe that you actually believe what you're saying? Put your money where your mouth is. Then put it on Facebook. Put a big picture up here. Say, look, here's my IRS bill. I donated $1,500. Oh, boy. That's what you get for doing things live, isn't it? I donated $1,500 to the U.S. government so that they could fight global warming. Now, see how I did that? See if you can do it. There won't be anybody doing that. Everybody talks about the government needs money for this. Nobody actually gives them any more money. Nobody's going to send in any more money to the government. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Stop expecting everybody else to. If you're not going to do it yourself, stop and think about this. Please. If you're going to do it, if you're not going to do it yourself, if you can't pick up a check and write it out, if your heart's not in it that much and you can't write out a check and send it to the government and say, I want to contribute this to global warming. You're fighting on global warming. If you can't do that, you need to just shut up. All of you, newscasters, everybody, need to shut up. Otherwise, when you send your money to them, put it on Facebook and let me know. I'll be the first one to jump up down and say, hooray.